Welcome once again to East Peoria Raider basketball. Lady Raiders in their own house taking on the Dunlap Eagles from the Mid-Illini Conference. Should be another close ball game, another evenly matched game, Ben, and we are ready to roll on a chilly night outside. Last game of the year here at Allison Gym before another season comes upon us. Winter now here, and this should be a nice tight ball game.
Should be. You know, talking to Coach Bowman before the game, he had 3 keys. 1, rebound. This Dunlap team boasts 5 players over 5'8", 2 of them over 6 foot, so that's going to be a challenge. And in addition to that, you're going to have to be physical in the paint and to neutralize that size advantage. And finally, going to have to shoot the ball well. Talking to Jay before the game, he said there's a good chance if I put these girls on the beach with a rock in their hand, 50% of them might not hit the ocean. So.
So it is taking advantage, essentially, of the opportunities that are presented to them. If they're able to pound the ball inside and get to the free throw line, they need to take advantage of those. If they're able to get the ball on a turnover, they need to take advantage of those.
It looks like the opportunity tonight is going to present itself on the perimeter. Dunlap plays primarily zone defense. They like to extend that zone. So the Raiders are going to get a lot of open looks, be it on the wing, maybe at the top. Just depends on the ball movement tonight, and that's going to be key. Keep that ball moving. Can't hold it for more than a heartbeat or two before you get rid of it on to the next person. But when that opportunity presents itself, knock it down and try to get them out of that zone. Starters tonight for East Peoria. Number 3, Kylie Gablehausen. Number 5, Allie Watson. 15, Sarah Kurth. Number 20, Courtney Potendijk. And number 32, Nicole Montgomery. 4 of those are juniors. Nicole Montgomery, the only senior, so this bodes well for the Raiders in the future.
Lady Raiders coming off a nice win over Pekin.
Yes, very nice win. 20-point win over Pekin. Came out really hot, up 27-4 in that game. On the strength of some good shooting. So Jay, you know, talking to him before the game, he was hopeful that if that shooting prowess or shooting streak continues, things are going to pay off.
Even up their record, and more importantly, jump up to 3-2 in the Mid-Illini Conference. Nice to get that conference win.
Absolutely.
That was an extended pause getting ready to start the ball game. That was quite the conversation. I don't know what they were going over, but Dunlap strikes first blood in this one.
And that was just a lot of height, being able to kind of see over the initial confusion there and find that cutter going to the hoop. Looks like Dunlap's going to open in a kind of an extended 1-3-1, but it's flat on the bottom. I can't really. Actually, are they just chasing Kylie Gablehausen? I believe they are.
Big board up underneath. Rebound is off, though, and there is that size again. First bucket was scored by Brianna Henson of the Eagles, and she stands at 6 feet tall.
And is only a sophomore and is listed as a guard. That's never a good combination.
It is dangerous, yes, if you're looking over the opposition's roster.
Yeah, if you look at the roster and see a 6-foot guard, that usually indicates you're in for kind of a long night.
down the lane, shot up and long, Michelle Anderson. And that one bopped out of bounds, and it'll be back to Dunlap underneath their own basket.
Well, so far, the Lady Raiders aren't hesitating to crash the boards here. You saw them both. A little chippiness there in the lane between Courtney Potendijk and Damalola Taiwo.
Raiders trying to deny that inside presence,
Boy,
but again,
there you
there's
go.
the size one more time. Zaz, and
Elizabeth
she
Zaz,
is
6'1".
but 6'1". Wow. So the Raiders down quickly here, 4 points.
That's nice movement there against the zone, though.
Open 3-ball, Watson long, and they come back the other direction, and this is a quick start for Dunlap.
Oh, man.
Shot after shot in the paint. There's a jump ball after the battle inside.
It's almost just like playing catch back and forth till one of them gets an open shot.
It is a dominating start at this point in the paint for Dunlap. And it is going to be answering, as you said at the beginning, the outside presence of East Peoria needing to assert itself here when those opportunities are there. Because clearly the inside is tough. Tough sledding for the Raiders so far.
Now that's going to be one of those opportunities right there. If you can find the seam in that zone and make somebody leave their spot, then you're going to create some openings. But when you do that, you got to finish. I mean, it's just a matter of finding the opportunity and taking advantage of it tonight. The one thing that concerns me early is East Peoria is not doing a very good job of moving the ball quickly.
3-ball up, 3-ball good by Sarah Kurth.
But there's a good example. Kurth got screened down, came out to the top, and was wide open. So, and she's the kind of player that can consistently knock that down.
And again, how the 3-ball has just changed the game. You've really given up. Virtually, they've had any shot they've wanted underneath, and you're down 4-3.
Yep, that is exactly right. Nice block by Kylie Gablehausen on the defensive end there.
Big defensive stop. Nice pick at that end, too. 2-point shot, Watson is off, and will come back to Dunlap. That's a nice lead pass.
Boy.
And in no man's land there in the middle, though.
Nice job by the Raiders to stop that break, though. Get the ball stopped, and away you go. But, again, rebounding, so key right there.
Morgan misses the 3-ball. Good ball movement on the inside, and it is not the size, but Christy Morgan, who is 5'5", still size, but not the taller presence that we've seen so far. 6'3" Dunlap. We're about 3 minutes into this ball game. Giebelhausen, I think that was a 3-ball, a little long.
That was a 3-ball, yes.
Back the other way, Anderson, top of the key now. Henson just has a presence about her and an understanding of this game. It's impressive to start. Certain players just have that presence.
And
Kylie Giebelhausen has that presence
absolutely,
as well.
yeah. And you know what, that's probably the biggest change in the girls' game. 10 years ago even, if you were 6 foot, they planted you on one of those giant blocks there 5 feet from the basket, and you weren't allowed to move. But it's just like you see, 6'7", 6'8" wing players in boys' games today. Now the 6 foot, 6'1" girl can kind of show off her skills a little bit.
Here is Giebelhausen, feet inside, a little inside-out action. Kurth with the left hand. That is another long shot, but on the end line.
Nice rebound by Nicole Montgomery, but just stepped on the end line trying to bring it back there.
Remains 6-3 Dunlap. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. First quarter from Allison Gymnasium. Morgan, top of the key. She'll go to the left hand. Wow.
Boy.
Open lane, open layup. 2 points for Morgan, and it's 8-3. The Raiders off to a sluggish start. They seem a little slow out of the box.
Yeah. I think they were counting on when you typically play a team with size at the girls' level, they tend to be a little more plodding, but Dunlap hasn't hesitated to push the pace early. Another nice block by Kylie Gablehausen.
She brings it across half court herself. She may go coast to coast, and she drew a foul.
Tell you what, she is really emerging on the defensive end. She's always been able to score, but she is rapidly improving on the defensive end, and not just in a shot blocking way. She's able to turn girls, and stay in front of them, and even then get up to block the shot. So she's rapidly improving.
Allie Watson back in for the Raiders. Anderson back for Dunlap. 3-ball left.
Boy, Nicole Montgomery, perfect example. Had position, and Taiwo just went up over the top of her.
Yeah, just too much size. You're right about that. 8-3, looking to jump to
nice
double
pick by
digits.
Gablehausen there. Morgan's going to get it back, though.
Finding the open look. Shot up good. Haley Haynes, and Jay Bowman going to talk things over here. 10-3 Dunlap.
And so far, the scoring has been pretty balanced for Dunlap. It's not like one girl has come out with a hot hand here. I mean, we're talking about 4 different players making baskets, and Christine Morgan leading the way with 4 points. So Jay Bowman called that timeout for East Peoria. Raiders are going to talk it over, try to come up with a little different attack for this zone scheme and maybe a little different answer at the defensive end. I wouldn't be surprised to see Jay go a little zone out of this and maybe put Courtney
2-3, stack that middle.
Well, or maybe even a 1-2-2 where you can kind of clog the cutting lanes and keep Courtney and Kylie down there on the block and create kind of some instant rebounding. Dunlap looks like it's going to extend a little full court pressure here to come out of this timeout.
Pressure seems to always make things happen. Makes
just
you
speeds the
work
game
a little
up.
bit harder.
Absolutely. Speeds the game up, and if you let it speed you up, you're just in a bad way. Really nice job there, though, by East Peoria to get the ball to the middle and break that press.
2-point shot up
nice
and off.
Rebound by Courtney Potendike there. Nice up and under.
Up, and that rattled halfway through and came back out. That rim continues to haunt us. He's not friendly to the Raiders.
I'm going to have to go to the science department and see if I can conduct an experiment. Can I steal 10 kids? We're going to go shoot 100 jump shots.
Steely in for East Peoria. And Zaz back in for Dunlap.
Staley coming off a nice game Tuesday night. Had 13 points, according to the Journal-Star. 14 if you ask her. She was very adamant about that 14. But one of 3 Raider juniors in double figures Tuesday night. So let's see if she keeps the hot hand here as we move into the
Reedy's shot
late
is
stages first quarter.
tipped away.
Boy, some nice hustle there.
Yep.
Just can't
not
get
a bad look. Not a bad look that time down the floor.
Looks. 2 good. Nice defense again by Kylie Gablehausen.
Another pick.
And a great look ahead to J.C. Staley.
Staley with the layup, position, block. Dunlap. That was one that could have almost gone either way, but she was certainly moving as
it's the one thing
shot went up.
I'd like to see more of it in the girls' game. I think, girls tend to get such a headlong rush at the basket, and you end up with a lot of free throws. I think she would have been better served to dish that to Courtney Potendike for the finish. But
free throw number 1 rattles out. Sarah Kurth back in for East Peoria. She replaces Reedy. Second free throw down and in, and it is 10-4 Dunlap.
Boy, Morgan,
left-hand side just opens up, and
that's something you typically don't see. A left-handed player in general. And definitely not one that's strong with the left hand if she's right-handed. So that's an adjustment for a defender.
Giebelhausen nails it on the other end. It was 12-6.
That's an awful long. 6 minutes is an awful long time to go without your best player having a bucket. So if Kylie can get free for a couple more right here, and that's right in her area, that mid-range kind of 10 to 15 feet out, and even out to the three-point line for that matter, she'll be good to go.
They were fortunate to maintain the ball. That was a high pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Dangerous pass there, and Dunlap's going to come away lucky to keep possession there.
Underneath their own hoop, Dunlap resets way out top of the key. Morgan looking for help.
Boy, J.C. Staley was awful close to jumping that passing lane right
got
there.
Another pick. She did. Montgomery in for the Raiders at that last whistle. Down to a minute and a half, first quarter action. Long shot up and short.
Nice job by Sierra to come in and get that board there. Ooh, boy, rough. That could have gone either way right there, but she's going to get it back.
Zaz smacked it away, and now East Peoria comes away with it.
Such
so
a nice
stayed
pass
with
over the top there. Great look by Kylie. Boy, I don't know where the foul was on that. We'll take it. I couldn't see their backs were to us. It looked like
Yeah,
Kylie
a little bit of
nice
contact
there. 3 team fouls now on the visiting Eagles as opposed to none for the host Raiders.
East Peoria under their own basket, having a hard time getting
Boy,
this
a little
in. We are getting
confusion here.
close, and that is a 5-second count.
There was virtually no movement when,
No,
when
we
the
are
ball was
flat-footed
handed out.
at this
Yeah,
point.
it was.
We are.
It was, you know, like there was just some confusion on what had been called or whether it had been triggered in or whatever. It just flat-footed.
12-6 down to 1:08 left to go in the first quarter.
I gotta believe we come out of this down 12-6. That's a good thing. I mean, this was a pretty cold start by the Raiders, and to only be down 6, you're living right. Of course, having said that, they might nail a three-pointer here.
Nice drive, but good defense as well on that.
That looked like all ball there by Kylie Gablehausen. Oh, that's why.
It's on Montgomery, that's why. 51.5.
Foul on Sierra Montgomery.
Oh, it's at that end now. That was halfway through. Christy Morgan, a rare miss for her tonight. She have 6, is that what you have for her?
Yeah, 6 points.
And the second one is long, and a nice rebound again up by
Really?
Montgomery.
Boy,
and that's a tough turnover with 46 seconds left to go and a chance to chip into that lead.
I don't mind that pass just because it's aggressive, and if you hit that right, it pays off. But, boy, you've got to have touch to throw a lead pass like that.
Morgan one more time, running that point for the Eagles.
I genuinely can't. I think she's right-handed, but she's just that good with her left.
East Peoria much more aggressive here on this defensive.
They really
much better
are.
foot movement here.
Oh, wow, look at that.
And there it is right there. Nice takeaway. Kurth underneath. And that was with someone in your face trying to pass it, so which really prompted that turnover. So nicely done for the Raiders. We're down to 12 seconds.
You know, this is the first nice up and under fake there by Sierra Montgomery.
Yeah,
just couldn't quite finish.
And we're down to 5 seconds. Down to 4.
Stop
3.
ball.
One
nice look
extra
by
pass,
Morgan.
and it's up and off. I'm a little bit surprised she gave it up. But we are, just as you mentioned, at 12-6 at the end of one quarter. We're going to take a short break. Be right back with the second quarter here on Eastside Community Television, cable channel 22.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Welcome back. Was wondering where that PSA was going. Texting, good message. Happy apocalypse to you all. We may yet be able to videotape the end of the world, but so far,
I didn't
nothing.
even think of that. We might be live on the air.
We could be like, we could end up on like network news if we are able to videotape.
We could be like Pompeii, but live.
Yes. So guys have been putting together some apocalyptic graphics, which are fantastic. The little fire coming from the sky. So.
Probably warn our viewers that is not the apocalypse occurring.
We should probably say Merry Christmas as well as Happy Apocalypse, so it is that time of the year.
And, you know, these last two possessions, we've gotten a little better look at Dunlap's half-court defense, and they are strictly zone everywhere else, but Kylie Gablehausen is getting shadowed everywhere, so they are that concerned about Kylie Gablehausen. They're kind of playing almost like a 1-3, and then somebody on Kylie.
Foul on Anderson. That's an impressive play by Reedy to get in there, to be that aggressive. That stuff carries over, that aggressiveness to go to the floor, draw the foul, clearly make the free throw is a huge thing as well. She made them both, and it is 12-8.
She's been really impressive so far. You know, to get her transferred in here, that's just been a blessing for the Raiders basketball team to join an already talented junior group even.
2-point shot, and that is going to be a foul, I think, on Reedy.
Fouls on 15, Sarah Kurth.
Or Sarah Kurth.
Second team foul on the Raiders tonight. It seems like it's been a pretty physical ball game, but not many fouls called, which I got to believe tends to favor Dunlap in this scenario.
Michelle Anderson at the line for one more. Hits the first one, 13-8, Dunlap. And the second one is good as well, 14-8. And we'll come back the other way. Raiders looking to chip away at a 6-point Dunlap lead. Tight defense. Looking for help. Out to Gablehausen. She'll
Nice move by Sarah Kurth there.
had an open three and got another step closer for a higher percentage shot. Ball on the floor, still on the floor.
Reedy again. And Kylie Gablehausen, a nice shot to put that back, but just couldn't quite get it. That's going to be out of bounds to, ooh. Pretty sure that was not the case, but.
East Peoria happy to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Watson will bring it up for East Peoria. A minute gone by in the second quarter, 14-8. Dunlap's led from the beginning. Contact, but Dunlap comes away with it. More contact at the Raider end, and that will be a foul.
That one will be on the Raiders. I believe that's her second.
Fouls on 15, Sarah Kurth. That's her second, team third.
Kurth's second, team third of the night. 6:45 to go here in the first half, second quarter.
First free throw is wide left.
Having Kurth sit, that's going to be problematic against this zone. Anytime you have a zone, you need good shooters to open things up there.
Second one is long. Giebelhausen pulls away another rebound. And the Raiders lose it on the turnover, lost her footing a bit. And Steele gives it back to Dunlap. Again, that's where that pressure just makes things happen. Starting to get some more penetration. Raiders have been more aggressive, I would say, in the last, 3-4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, good box out by Courtney Potendijk there to keep Elizabeth Zaz out of the lane.
Finds the open shot, nails it. Nice shot. Kayla Reedy again, and it is 14-10. Big defensive opportunity here. Knock into that lead. Stokes 4 points. The momentum seems to be shifting a little bit to East Peoria here.
Yeah, it's all about stops at this point. You know, get stops and then do what you can on the offensive end.
Much more aggressive. They really have
been
more since Jay's timeout, I would say.
Another nice rebound by Potendijk there. And I think this is where the ball's got to be. If they're going to basically box and one Kylie Gablehausen, the ball's got to stay in her hands.
Tried to fire it, and it looked like it was trying to get into Potendijk, and it led her just a little long. But those are starting to turn up now. Those are starting to expose themselves, those little moments. They've had a couple passes that have been almost, as you mentioned, they're being a little aggressive, but that can pay dividends eventually.
Absolutely. Boy, I don't know that I've ever seen a girls team that uses the left side of the court as much as, at least on the dribble, as much as Dunlap. This is...
And they seem a little more out of sync. I think East Peoria's defense is starting to take effect there.
Nice skip there by Staley. Good look by Reedy. That's going to come off long, though.
Those are good looks, though. You'll take that, I think, as a possession.
I mean, that was, nice touch pass.
And a missed layup opportunity there for
Great job by
Dunlap.
Courtney Potendijk to, just A little tip back there to a 10-foot jumper.
We are almost halfway through this second quarter.
Boy, lead just stays right around 6. Little
Just really
frustration
aggressive defense on both ends.
Both
really.
ends, yeah. I mean, this is definitely not a game for the faint-hearted right now.
Potendijk thinks about it, rattles that around. That doesn't go. Another good look for East Peoria, and Dunlap comes away with it. One shot. Jay Bowman mentioned the rebounding, and that does not help. Morgan again, a name we've called a few times tonight. 18-10, just like that. East Peoria had the ball, looking to make it a 2-point game, and now we're back up to an 8-point lead. Exactly 4 minutes left to go in the quarter. Lane opens up.
Nice.
Jump shot, nice use of the glass. J.C. Steely makes it 18-12. 3-ball. Eagles up, off.
East Peoria really needs to work on getting back on defense. Right now, Dunlap's just pushing the tempo so aggressively that the Raiders can't even get into a half-court set defense. And when you do that, that's what happens. You pick up cheap team fouls. And right now, that's the 4th foul.
That was on Reedy. I got that one.
Yeah.
That'll give Brianna Henson a couple free throws here with 3:42 left to go in the half. First free throw is 2.
Number 5, Allie Watson returns to the Raiders. Number 25, Haynes returns to Dunlap.
Allie Watson back. I think that means we're going to see Kylie Gablehausen shift to a wing. And that might give her a better look on some three-point attempts.
Second free throw is off. She has, somewhat surprising, missed 3 out of 4 tonight. 19-12 Dunlap lead, as you see on your screen.
Oof.
Giebelhausen tries, nope. Reedy trying to save it without taking out half the Dunlap ladies down there. Here's Henson. They're really continuing to work that left side. That's out of bounds on Dunlap.
And Dunlap does a nice job of drawing that defense, and as soon as that man leaves them, their offensive players know to go to the basket, take that route to the basket, and look for the pass. They're doing a really nice job of cutting and finding the open man. And we got to stop running that same play every time up the floor because they're about to jump that passing lane every time we throw that ball.
Well, that aggressiveness is going to leave somebody open at some point. That patience
that is true.
Comes in.
I think they're going to get Morgan for the foul here.
Number 5, Morgan, that is her second, team 5th.
2 fouls on Christine Morgan, who's leading Dunlap right now with 8 points. That could be something that develops into a kind of a key point here as we move down the road.
Montgomery fires it into Reedy, and these Peoria Lady Raiders reset here. Under 3 minutes to go in the half.
Nice post by Courtney Potendijk.
Yep, nicely done.
A nice finish.
Coach Bowman yelling for a stop. Big opportunity here again for the Raiders. Trying to keep it within reach here as we come down to 2.5 minutes to go in the half. 3-ball up and 3-ball good. Brianna Henson.
And there's where that height comes into play. You know, if anybody else is trying to put that shot up, Kylie Gablehausen probably gets a palm on it. But since that girl's got it, you know, roughly the same height as Kylie, maybe even an inch.
Henson loses it at the other end. Reedy comes up with it, and she will reset.
Got to slow it up here and just reset the offense.
There's Montgomery back to Reedy, and Raiders looking for that open shot again.
Right idea there by Nicole Montgomery. She's just got to take it a little further, I think, and draw a little more in defense.
Another good look. Shot doesn't go down.
And there's that. Oh, there it was. Sometimes I think I'm a prophet.
That was almost exactly. Almost more than Paul. That was returning it to.
There might have been some wrist,
yes.
Maybe a forearm. Really nice job by Dunlap there to draw Courtney Potendijk away from the basket there. She got stuck on Zaz, and Zaz took her out to the three-point line, and that left the post wide open. I really think Jay Bowman's going to have to go zone before this thing's all said and done.
Haley Haynes with a bucket. And the Raiders will take a timeout down 10. 1 minute, 23 seconds left to go. Dunlap does take timeout. You're right about that.
Looks like we're going to have a 30. Nope, that's going to be a full. Boy, just little spurts here and there have built this into a 10-point game. You know, we go from 4 points to 6 and a couple stops or a couple turnovers in a basket. And next thing you know, we're looking at 10 points. And Raiders have got to string some of that together themselves here to get back in this ballgame.
Well, and it goes back to what Jay Bowman was concerned about. You get one shot on offense, and Dunlap has clearly out-rebounded East Peoria tonight. They've had more opportunities on the offensive end on their misses. And even when you get open looks, if it's only one shot, it makes it tough.
Absolutely.
Dunlap without pressure this time on the inbound, and East Peoria with 1:15 to play in the half will try to cut into a double-digit lead.
Dunlap's gone straight 2-3 coming out of this timeout. And I think it kind of threw the Raiders off there as they went to just a straight 2-3 with really some man principles in there. I mean, they did a nice job of moving with the ball. So
Zaz with the pick. She's been in the right place at the right time a couple times. Wow, that was a sweet drive. Brianna Henson.
Boy, if she gets hot, this thing's going to be a real game of catch-up all night.
Batted away again, and wow, left-hand side opens up, and a miss, and a rebound by Henson, and she will just track that thing down.
Yeah,
just stayed with it.
Went and right over Nicole Montgomery.
Might very well pull this out for the last shot here down to 15 seconds. They don't seem to be lacking aggression, so they may well take whatever is open, and there it is.
Boy.
One of the few buckets underneath by Taiwo. It's 28-14, just like that. 2 seconds left, last shot of the half, and that'll give East Peoria a little bit of momentum as Courtney Potendijk makes it 28-16 in favor of Dunlap. Well, they got off to a good start, and they maintained that lead throughout. East Peoria has had a couple of pockets of runs here, but just too much Dunlap at this point. Too much size.
This has been an impressive physical game by Dunlap so far.
So we will, again, take a short break here and be back with you for the second half. A nice job by the sophomores. We should mention that. They got a 44-39 win earlier today, so maybe the varsity team can come up with some defensive pressure here and start hitting some of those perimeter shots and chip into this lead. 28-16, though, at the break. You're watching East Peoria Lady Raider basketball on Eastside Community Television, cable channel 22.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Or you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach
likes
your
you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Bethany Ann Doak. Ian Donnelly. Kirsty Lynn Duthit.
And welcome back to East Peoria Raider basketball. Lady Raiders hosting Dunlap tonight. Been a rough first half for them, Ben. 28-16 Dunlap lead. That is a great.
I didn't realize that was fire. I thought that was flowers when I saw it earlier. No offense to the crew. I just thought that was, I don't know.
It was colorful fire.
It was very colorful.
All right, they're slowing it down so we can clarify the fireness.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Almost mushroomy fire.
Yeah. It's a very, very mushroom cloud effect.
Bombish.
Well, yeah, this has been a rough go. You know, we talked with Jay Bowman at the start. His 3 things, rebounding, being physical, and shooting the ball. And unfortunately, I don't think we could say that any of those 3 have gone right for the Raiders. At times it appears as if the Eagles have just been playing catch back and forth over the backboard. You know, with so many big post players, it's been a very physical night in the paint that the Raiders have struggled to match. And we just haven't been very good shooting-wise. You know, a lot of good looks, but it's one and done, and we're not converting the one when we do get the one good look. So something will have to change here in the second half. Like I said before the break, I wouldn't be surprised if Jay Bowman goes zone here, but the one problem that does tend to do is slow the game down. At this point, we've got to have as many possessions as possible.
Well, clearly not enough offense. I mean, to be blunt, you just can't win in the middle line. I scored 16 points in a half.
Not at all.
So
can't win in a lot of conferences.
Dunlap will start the ball with possession here in the second half.
And there we go. Dunlap's going to come out in what looks like a little bit, maybe a 1-2-2, but spread at least. And didn't get the rebound there, but they're going to keep her from getting the putback. Oh, I was wrong.
I'll tell you, though, Montgomery had possession underneath, and that was very close to a jump ball. But they let him play it out, and Dunlap clips the lead up to 30-16.
But I like what Jay did there coming out in the second half in that 1-2-2. And I'll tell you the other thing, the East Peoria has just not valued the ball tonight. You know, it's so important. You know, every possession, have to make sure you're taking care of the ball. And we've had just a couple of bad possessions where, you know, a careless pass or a pass thrown too far, something like that, just stops any momentum we might have.
Just the body language of this game right now. Dunlap is just comfortable, confident.
Boy.
They are taking it to the Raiders right now, making it look easy. Brianna Henson, 3 more, and it is 33-16 in favor of Dunlap.
And she looks real comfortable. I mean, a lot of players, after Kylie got a piece of a shot like that, their first inclination would be to shut it down, but she's kept firing. That's pretty impressive for a sophomore.
Nice rebound by Giebelhausen on that. Fires it back out to that
Sarah Kurth.
Sarah Kurth with 3. 33-19. That's a 3 ball that rattles halfway through.
Yeah.
Nice rebound by Montgomery. Limit the Eagles to 1 shot that time.
Nice look. Boy, that's
tough place to shoot it, but that almost went through. Almost behind, physically behind where the glass was. Those are tough shots. Nice defense.
Nice block by Courtney Podendijk there, and way to keep from contacting her with the body. That was probably the best part of that block was the ability to contort her body in the air and keep from hitting her with it.
Montgomery 3 ball, that's up long.
Boy, she shoots. I just love the way the ball comes off her hand, but more often than not, she comes off long, and I can't quite figure out why.
Zaz, another rebound for Dunlap. Here's Morgan.
Looks like they've gone to
Anderson.
a 2-3 here. Jay might have switched to a 2-3 here to take care of that wing where Henson was free for that 3 earlier. And they've flustered Dunlap enough. They're going to take a timeout here.
Montgomery almost came up with another pick there. 5:44 left to go, third quarter. It is 33-19. A little bit of a flurry by Dunlap, but East Peoria has not pushed the panic button. They have settled in. They've run some impressive offensive plays. They've hung in here at this point, even though they're down 14.
They've weathered it, but it's like a boxer. When you're behind on the scorecard, you can't just weather the flurries. You got to throw some punches.
On time. You're right. You're right about that.
But we'll see what Jay comes up with. I do like the zone. That seems to have flustered Dunlap, so you're going to get some stops out of that, I think, unless, you know, Dunlap makes the adjustment right here. I think you're going to get some stops, but the key obviously then becomes converting those at the offensive end. And if you can't convert, then it's all for naught. then it's just a really ugly game.
Well, and then the reality of basketball, you spend so much energy climbing back up that hill.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that.
What do you do when you get to the top?
Yeah.
You don't have much energy left. So
And the typical, and it's not just high school kids, any kid really is.
Right.
You tie it, and you're just like, oh, God, we tied it, thank goodness, and then it's just like, oh, there's 2 minutes left. So.
Good ball moving around, turn around,
Boy.
shot up and good.
We talked a lot about Hinson and Zaz in the pregame, and rightfully so. They've had good games tonight, but Taiwo has shown she's not afraid to stick her nose in there either.
No, and
she's a pretty good finisher in the post even.
Impressively comfortable. As rough as she started, she missed probably 3 or 4 almost layups
Yeah.
early in the game, stayed with it, and she's got a really nice touch. The last 3 shots have gone down, and it's 35-19 Dunlap. One and done for East Peoria again. Tough trip down the floor.
Looks like we've gone 1-3-1 now this trip. Putting Nicole Montgomery out front there trying to flush her passing lanes. But that leaves there's that zone, or the seam in that
Knocked
zone.
away, nice defense, Potendijk.
Great defense by Potendijk there to stop that, but that's going to be, oh boy.
Zaz.
Nice
no,
job
this is
by
not
Morgan.
Zaz, it's Morgan. Layup.
And she becomes the first scorer in double figures with 10. And Jay Bowman's going to have to take his own timeout here and talk about valuing possessions.
37-19. Points just hard to come by for East Peoria tonight. 16 at the break, and we're just at 19 now, almost halfway through this third quarter.
Looking into that huddle, the girls almost just look gassed. I'm starting to wonder if maybe this isn't a product of it being finals week and, 7 hours worth of finals in over 2 days. That takes a little bit out of you, from a mental standpoint.
It seemed like that almost from the get-go. They just seemed a little bit flat-footed. They had moments where the defense really picked it up, but Dunlap has certainly taken advantage of that.
I almost feel bad as a teacher now.
Just pile it on. Just,
Although I
Christmas schmishmas.
I will say that the biggest remark I heard this morning was my 125 question final was the shortest that any of them had taken. So.
That is never good.
No.
If you're taking those tests.
4:46 to go here, 37-19 Dunlap. Kylie Gablehausen really the only ball handler on the floor right now. Reedy's all right with it, but would really, oh boy. Some kind of sandwich screen there by Reedy and boy,
Bad out of bounds.
Raiders are just really out of sorts right now.
Well,
Not
it's just
sure.
it's a difference, totally different benches. The fans are different. Obviously, when you're down 18 points, tough to get emotionally jacked up about things. But
nice job by Sarah Kurth to at least stop that fast break. Dunlap's going to get that ball back anyway. Nice job by Sarah to not give up on that play. And again, another case of Raiders get caught flat-footed and that ball's triggered inbounds. And that time I think it was just a matter of Jay trying to get him in the defense he wanted.
It's a nice rebound at the defensive end and tried to knock it away. That's going to be on Reedy, I believe.
At the outside of this game, I forgot to start keeping stats, and all I've been able to do is keep the scoring. Pretty sure I'm glad we're not keeping turnovers at this point. Oh. If I could go over and ask my good friend Jane Miller from the Journal-Star, I would.
Get a broadcast from the stands next time. Just be down closer to the...
Pull the Harry Carey.
Well, yeah, it's just...
We're in the bleachers.
We did that once in Canton. It was a poor choice because
goodness.
Canton had noisemakers with pennies inside milk jugs. And
oh, yes.
Those were brutal.
Yeah, and Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium is not a quiet place to begin with, so I can only imagine how that went over. Nice job by J.C. Staley to be aggressive, but... Boy, it seems like East Peoria is getting put in some spaces tonight, whether it's catching the pass or driving the ball there, where there's just nowhere to go. You're behind the backboard, you're stuck in a corner on the baseline, just really putting themselves in some difficult spots here.
Picked off
Yet
by
another
Henson.
turnover.
And she will take it to the other end.
That's going to be 3 fouls on Sarah Kurth, which means your best shooter is going to be sitting on the bench.
Fouls on 15, Sarah Kurth.
That's one of the other undeniable truths of basketball is when you have the ability to inflict your will, your style of play on the opponent, you are hard to beat.
Oh, absolutely. And that's a credit to Coach Garst. I mean, that's, you know, he realizes the strengths of this team at Dunlap, and he's playing to it right now. I mean, there's no secret to what's going on the court right now. He's taking advantage of his team's size, their length on defense, and their ability to get the ball inside on offense and just riding it like Pony Express right now.
She is 2 of 6 from line, or she'd have even more.
And that is 12. So Henson and Morgan both in double figures now for Dunlap. Henson with 10 and Morgan with, Henson with 12 and Morgan with 10.
At what point do you try to continue to feed Giebelhausen?
I think the ball's got to be in Kylie's hands right now. I think you try to spring her. I think you try to run her off as many screens as possible. Back cuts, zones, all the, quick cuts, all that stuff. Boy, that is just...
They just couldn't come up with a handle.
Yeah.
Big rebound by Giebelhausen.
Just a
They
little
lose it
behind
across
Reedy
half court,
and just bad chain of events from there. And right now the
That's
court's
close to a kick when it hits your foot, isn't it? Turn around shot. That's going to be a 3-point opportunity now for Taiwo.
There's no secret. She hasn't turned left yet. She's gone to the right every time she's touched the ball.
40-21, chance to bump it up to a 20-point lead here. 2:35 left to go, third quarter.
Interesting free throw style there by Taiwo. Completely one-handed and then brought the other hand back to the ball. Don't often see that.
She takes a break.
Right now, a lot of that Dunlap size is on the bench. Henson and Zaz, the only two that really have any good size, and that's a nice high-low pass. Courtney Potendike's just got to be a little stronger with that ball when she goes up.
First free throw is good. Potendike makes them both, and it's 41-23.
Raiders back in that 1-3-1. Sierra Montgomery out front. I like that. Sierra's athletic, long, and that's what happens. There you go. Boy, I wish Kylie would keep that ball in her hands. I don't mind it in Allie Watson's, especially if it's going to free up Kylie, but right now I think they got to figure out, they got to run some sets for Kylie here, I believe. That's definitely not the shot you want from Courtney Potendike. Really like the way Sierra Montgomery's playing at the top of this 1-3-1, though. She's doing a nice job of turning the ball handler.
Big spark off the bench.
And again,
nice
there you go.
pick.
See, now there you go. There's 2 stops. Got to be careful with those passes, though. I mean, that one worked out fine, but nice job by Michaela Reedy just to get that ball up and create some confusion, Sometimes that's what you need. Courtney Potendike was right there for the putback.
They're going to say contact before the shot. That was bang bang, and they didn't end up.
Yeah, I'm not
could
sure about
be
that
shooting
one.
free throws, but East Peoria will inbound the basketball underneath their own bucket. Giebelhausen's 3 might have been tipped.
Yeah, I think she did get a piece of that.
Here is Morgan, and an 18-point Dunlap lead.
Dunlap made a nice adjustment there on the 1-3-1. That leading pass over the top. That's tough.
Potendijk another rebound and just
boy,
that's just
nobody even there. And boy, number 45, Chloe Hinson there, just making a really nice play on that ball.
(43-23). Dunlap just will not let up on the gas. That makes things happen, man. That was a lazy pass, and they lost the ball because of it.
Nice
that
job
is
by
much
Michaela
more
Reedy there to
aggressive.
avoid the foul.
Contact here
boy.
almost took out the official. Oh boy. When you hear the official say, "I didn't see," and the other one says, "I have no idea,"
never a good sign.
Oh.
Never a good sign.
Honest.
Yeah, honest. Give them credit for being honest, but you especially don't want a gym full of people to be able to hear that.
One and done again. East Peoria just ball off.
Boy, look
the
at
foot.
that. A kick, and Dunlap gets it right back anyway. The ball is literally bouncing their way right now.
Down to 10 seconds.
Another nice job by Sierra Montgomery there at the top of that zone.
Knocked away. Gablehausen.
Nice follow. Wait. Good job by Kylie Gablehausen to stay with that play.
And we are done with 3 quarters of basketball, 43-25. We'll take a short timeout and be back with the 4th and final quarter here at Allison Gymnasium on Eastside Community Television, Cable Channel 22.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Give a gift of meals to a family in need. Visit feedingamerica.org/giveameal today.
And welcome back to the 4th and final quarter. Welcome back to Lady Raider basketball. Happy holidays to you.
I think I just saw Ben Affleck do a PSA for us.
I think so. I think that was...
we clearly have too much money as a school district. If we can get Ben Affleck in here.
You know, there's a budget for everything. You know, it just comes from different funds.
All that casino and Bass Pro money, there's no limit to what we can do.
Absolutely.
Really like the fact that Jay extended this to a half-court zone right here. That's causing Dunlap some problems. Boy, you couldn't ask for a better result. A pass like that, Kylie Gablehausen just couldn't quite get a fingertip on it.
Does come up with the rebound, though, and East Peoria back in business here, down 18. Time is
absolutely
of the
essence. I mean, at this point, it's, you know, you almost have to go Grinnell at this point and try to get a shot off every 10 seconds. There's just not much time to be wasted here.
East Peoria underneath their own hoop here.
Dunlap's did a nice job of shutting down any quick hitters.
That was a great low drive.
That was. And there's Sierra Montgomery again. She's had a really nice game tonight. I can't say enough about her, but back to what I was saying originally, the Dunlap's done a really nice job of preventing any quick hitters or anything of that nature off the inbounds plays.
Boy, Zaz again just underneath, and it looked like East Peoria had a chance there for a big rebound, and Zaz gets it back and puts it back in. Those are just daggers. Gablehausen.
Yeah, Gablehausen's got to put that up when she gets there.
You hear Jay Bowman
right here
yelling urgency, and these 3 balls need to start falling, and that one does. 45-30.
Again, extend that pressure. Oh, wow. Sierra Montgomery did a nice job of even keeping her momentum going towards the basket. Had that not been called, she was set up still all right.
Well, you always look for a spark coming off the bench, and that aggressiveness and that intensity just, I think, has really provided East Peoria a nice little spark here. She'll take a quick.
She's got a lot of potential. You know, she was the bright spot on the freshman team. You know, when a lot of these girls were playing sophomore, she stayed down and played freshman and really was the leader of that team. And if she can keep doing that, oh, wow.
Zaz again, another rebound.
Just an unreal combination of size and
fourth
speed.
Shot, and she'll go to the free throw line. Just
so much size and speed. It's impressive.
Fouls on 3. Kylie Gablehausen, and it's her first, team fourth.
just everything going their way. Just this combination of size and position, aggressiveness. 46-30.
15, Sarah Kurth checks in for the Raiders.
Kurth back in for East Peoria, replacing Watson. Zaz makes good on both free throws, and it is a 47-30 lead. Need a couple touchdowns quickly. Those are that's a dangerous pass.
We have a 2-minute offense here. Can we go 5 wide?
Stack the box. Yeah, we need to
catch Dunlap in a prevent defense so we can dink and dunk.
Under their own hoop one more time. 5-second call earlier in the game.
Yeah,
just didn't
and
get that
again,
one in.
there's a prime example of
Potendijk just couldn't get it in.
Nice job.
That's just
boy.
Pass to nowhere. That's a nice idea, but just no one there on the receiving
end. A desperation pass, really. You know, she was listening to her coach, Jay Bowman, telling her to kick it out. Obviously, we're going to live and die by the 3 at this point, but just a bad idea there.
There's Giebelhausen, 5:38 left to go in the basketball game. A 17-point Dunlap lead. 3 balls will be raining down, and that's off the top of the backboard and back.
She still almost got the shooter's
Dunlap. It almost bounced in after it just did the dead ball, though, off the top of that iron. They remain aggressive offensively. 3 ball is off, and East Peoria will come away with it.
24, Sierra Montgomery returns for East Peoria.
Montgomery back in. I don't know if I'd have her come out again.
Yeah, I keep her in at this point. She's done a nice job. Now, I don't think she's going to be at the front of that press again. Nice job screening for Gablehausen there, but I think you got to run a curl cut with Gablehausen and get her freed up on the wing for a 3-pointer. Too much dribbling at this point, not enough passing. Nice job by Reedy there on the cut. She's going to get herself to the line, but
they listened to you a little bit after that comment. A couple nice quick passes there without putting the ball on the floor. This game has moved along. There's not been a whole lot of knock on wood. And now that I've said that, we'll have 56 foul calls in the next
that's plastic.
4 or 50 seconds. Second free throw is good, and it's 47-32. I like this pressure here.
Yeah, you're right. It has moved along quickly, which helps. Head football coach Doug Martin is holding his Festivus gathering tonight, and I don't want to miss the airing of the grievances.
23,
Taiwo layup for the Lady Eagles, 49-32. 2-point shot up, off, tracking down the
Montgomery
rebound,
gets her own rebound there.
Again,
that's the kind of hustle play that gets you playing time.
Drive up and off the glass. They just cannot catch a break.
I mean, just every conceivable kick off the rim, every bounce of the ball. It's almost like East Peoria is playing with a football. You know, you just never know which way a football is going to bounce. And tonight it has gone all right there. Another
well, when you're 4-on-2 and you turn the ball over, that's not.
Yeah,
that's a rough night.
Oh wow!
Contact there. Brianna Henson may got popped in the mouth. She is on the bench. Day and age where you always have to check and see if there's blood or anything on the uniforms. It is 51-32 Dunlap.
Well, and concussions today. I mean, that's an even bigger concerned. I've seen more concussion tests issued in the last 2 years on a football sideline than I ever have. Think back to when I played, how many times it felt like there were hornets in my helmet. Maybe we should add that. But I do want to promise the folks at home that in no way impacts my ability to teach your children.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to throw that out there. But yeah, it is good that we've had that emphasis
oh, absolutely.
on safety.
You have to have that.
We know even today there's so much with the brain that we just it's still a mystery, and it's exciting to find out what we do find out, and good to err on the side of caution with those things. Same can be true for soccer. Lacrosse starting to grow as well. That is supposedly a non-contact sport. They will advertise it as that, but that is a brutal sport. 3-point shot.
I almost got conned into playing lacrosse in college. They wanted me to be the goalie. And then I figured out that meant having balls just whipped at me at 90 miles an hour with not a catcher's mitt that I was used to, but just a bigger net on the end of my stick.
Did you get a face mask at least?
You did, yeah. Still
not exactly the hockey type of mask, though. That was not a lot of their
still wasn't for me.
Size. Making it look easy. 53-32. Just has not gone right for East Peoria tonight. Dunlap has had their way. 3-point shot up and long. Gablehausen pushed underneath.
Nice rebound by Gablehausen, but yeah, she got a little shove in the back there. She went up.
Letting them play.
You know, this is the kind of game that I think is beneficial in a way. You never want to say a loss is a good thing, but this East Peoria team is going to have to learn that to win in the Middle Illini and really win, you know, at a level that these girls want to get to, which is, you know, moving on, you know, to another sectional and whatnot. You're going to have to play physical. I mean, it doesn't get any easier in the postseason. If nothing else, they tend to call it less in the postseason. You're going to have to deal with that bump, that grind. You know, all that stuff that might get called tonight isn't going to get called come March. And
it's uncharacteristic. We've not seen a lot of these you know, lazy passes.
No, not at all.
Potendijk with a bucket at the Raider end. Lack of urgency just has not been East Peoria's night. 53-34. That one's knocked away, and they maintain possession. That's been the story of the game. Could not have much more of an open shot than that.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if there's anyone within the zip code.
2-point rebound again, 3 shots.
Yep.
For Dunlap, and then back to the free throw line goes Brianna Henson. Just a sophomore. Several teams in the Middle Illini this year really stacked with some younger talent.
Yeah, it's a very young league this year, which it's going to be awfully competitive the next couple years.
The shot is up and off. Remains 53-34.
Turner McPhee checking in for East Peoria there. Going to relieve Courtney Potendijk. That's going to create a little bit more of a size disadvantage down low. Turner's not afraid to mix it up, though.
Coming up on 2 minutes left to play, a 20-point Dunlap lead.
Boy, that just a tough look there. You know, if you're going to throw that pass, you got to throw it right when she comes open. Not can't telegraph it and give the girl time to recover. You know, for as physical as this game has been, I think there have been a total of 19 fouls called.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, I think we ended the first half with 4 and 5, and
yeah,
now we've got
exactly right.
19 total.
Henson out for Dunlap, so a little less size now for East Peoria, and a rare Dunlap turnover. Just an errant pass. 1:42 left to go.
Coach Gar subbing liberally now for Dunlap. Still a couple starters on the floor for the Raiders.
3 balls short, and Dunlap will rebound.
Boy, Michaela Reedy, she's got nice form on the shot. The ball comes off her Off her fingertips, nice. Good backspin. I just don't know what she's missing on there.
Yeah, I like that aggressiveness, though. After
Yeah.
the miss, to
Oh,
come
absolutely.
up with that aggressive defense. They needed more of that tonight. 54-34.
Oh, goodness.
Almost a walk at the top of the key there.
Boy, that skip pass every time has been a charm for Dunlap. You know, they haven't even hit a lot of them, but just the recovery has opened up the rebounding for the Eagles.
Minute left to play. And sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine. I was just about to say you might have been right about the fouls. The pace has increased here.
We're not quite to the bonus yet. We got a quick chance here to run down our fantastic crew that makes us it's easy for us to just come in here and hang out and have fun at these ball games. Mark Laswell directing. Dave Gibbons is directing. Audio is Andrew Harvey. Camera operators are Daryl Dixon and Paul Cousins. Running the scoreboard is Dawn Armstrong and Tracy Simmons. And our production assistant tonight is Susan Dixon.
Let the record show no one was pushed off a cliff.
No cliff pushing tonight. We're taking a break for the holidays. Down to 50 seconds left to play, and
go ahead.
Christmas break for East Peoria, perhaps.
Yeah.
Come back the other way. 49.1 left to go. It's been all Dunlap tonight.
For those at home watching, if you want to catch the Lady Raiders live over break, you can do so at the Manual Holiday Tournament. They'll be there December 27th, 28th, and 29th. 2 games on the 27th determine when they play on the 28th and 29th. So
East St. Louis, is that who they started
East St. Louis and Lincoln. East St.
Yeah.
Louis, I believe, at 10 a.m. and Lincoln at 4:30. And
10 a.m. is just a terrible time to play a basketball game.
Well, it's made even worse by the fact that you have to go play East St. Louis.
And
get out of bed and
Yeah.
put your track shoes on, because you're gonna have to keep up with one of the most athletically gifted teams in the state. Wow, I thought that was an alley-oop pass for a second.
We are down to 5 seconds. This one will wrap up. And there is the final horn. 54-37. Just couldn't get it going offensively. Impressive victory here by Dunlap. Not much else to say. We can run through some scoring here, but Dunlap just jumped off to a quick and early lead. They just maintained that lead. They added to that lead. More aggressive than East Peoria, and uncharacteristic mistakes by the Lady Raiders. Just weren't able to come up with one here tonight.
Leading scorers for the game, I've got Brianna Hinson with 16 for Dunlap and Courtney Potendijk with 8 for East Peoria. Leading scorer, or normally our leading scorer, Kylie Gabelhausen, according to my stats, limited to 4, but I could be off on that. But yeah, just none of the 3 things that needed to happen tonight happened for Dunlap, and when nothing goes your way, this is what happens. So we'll hope for better luck at Manual over the holidays.
Absolutely. We are off for a bit. We will be back with some Raider basketball after the New Year's. January, I want to say 11th or thereabout is when we resume our broadcast schedule. So, Ben, you have a great Christmas. Everybody at home as well. It has been a blast. Thank you again to our fantastic crew. And happy holidays from Allison Gymnasium. You've been watching Lady Raider basketball on Eastside Community Television Cable Channel 22.